I'm thinking, man, maybe we should maybe we could watch a little maybe do a little live reaction to some gameplay footage. Anybody want to? Is anybody okay with that? What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru, and today is something a little bit special. I'm over here, Twitch.tv/Nintendo Guru. We're doing this live right now, and I thought to myself, you know what? Let's do something special. Let's go through, if we can, the footage from PAX 2020. It's kind of interesting. I kind of wanted to see it and see how it plays out and all that stuff. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this live. Yeah, so let's check it out.
I'm just filming so everybody can come in. At some point.
Let's start with this. Let's go back a little bit. Let's back it up just a tad. All right, so this here, right here, right? So you see the cat thing? This was an exclusive gift that was originally at Best Buy. So on New Leaf, what you had to do is you had to go to Best Buy, and they operate on the Street Pass technology. So you would go in there, and you would Street Pass, and then it would give you items, right? DLC items, more or less. This was one of the DLC items. So it's really cool to see that this thing is back at the moment.
Do you guys want to jump in?
We can all play?
Yeah.
What's over there? What are those things?
Okay, now if I was there right now, right? If I was there and I had like someone telling me, like, "Hey, you guys want to jump in?" I'm like, "Whoa, hold the phone, lady! Don't be inviting people to play my game. I'm playing right now. Back them out, back them down. They don't need to be part of this. They don't need to be a part of this."
I will give that to you at the end.
Oh, cool.
So right now we're playing the 4-player co-op. So I'm the leader right now. So for you guys, you're going to press X to cycle through your tools. And then A is going to use it. You can't pick anything up or do any of that stuff now. But I'll pass leader over to you guys. So right now you're just going to kind of follow me around.
Kicks is outside. I like that.
So when you first start the game, you actually start with 10. So we've already put a house in. I'm just going to show you guys. Look at
The houses look nice. I like the build of the houses. Whoa. Oh, man. Look at that gigantic bear back there. Holy crap. They got like a gigantic teddy bear back there. All right, let me just tell you something. This camera person, why are you letting people walk in front of you? Like, why is this a thing? Like, I would tell these people, like, do you see me with a camera right now? Do you see me recording right now? Go around me. People gotta get some nads up in this place. Oh, there's Harv. So Harvey's just walking around the town. So wait a minute. So we see Kicks in town, and Harvey's just walking around, right? Because if you look up here, right here, there's Harvey, right by that jungle gym. So wait, so we can get more than one NPC that visit the town at once? That's different. We've never had that before. We've only had where only one could come to town, and that was it. So this is pretty amazing. Oh my lord, I like this.
We're going to slide on one community, notice that when you hit the trees, resources pop out. So in order to do like the crafting to build furniture and buildings and tools, you can actually collect resources.
Okay. So essentially what was in the little tent gets moved out. Okay, so first off, this is pretty amazing. So you have Tom Nook working at the desk, and you have Isabel dusting. I think that is pretty fantastic how that basically boils down and how that all works out. I love that. Like, I think that is so cool. I'm not even kidding. Like, that is amazing. This is also why I believe that this ATM, we're going to call it an ATM machine because that's what it looks like, but I know it's like the registry for all the different stuff. That thing, so here's the thing. When originally, when they were using that machine, when it was in the tent, it never brought up anything about Amiibo. And now I think it brings up, now that they're here, is where it brings up the Amiibo. So I think that once you unlock the tent in town, like the campsite in town, then this machine will activate and you'll be able to start using an Amiibo. So I don't think day one, Amiibo will work at all. That's my opinion. So you can still come inside and craft.
These are craftable because I already have the resources in my inventory.
Okay, so what she just said, which is kind of key. They'll say craftable on them when you already have all the resources you need in order to craft them. So right now, if you're looking at this guide here, right, the axe, the shovel, the watering can, and the big axe are all craftable because she has the items for them. But the other things aren't. What in the heck is the snowflake? That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so then now you click on what you want, and it says you need materials for this. And it's saying you need an empty can, which you get from fishing. When you go fishing, you pull up garbage things. So you get the empty can from fishing, and then 10 clumps of weed. I mean, that's not a very pretty thing. I wouldn't even put that in my house, to be honest with you. I think it's trash, but one man's trash is another man's treasure, I guess. So that's fine. That's good. Okay.
These are different resources that we just collect out in the environment.
Okay, I'm just trying to... All right, so you can craft the ladder. It seems pretty quick. Different types of nets, so it's just not that original flimsy one. I like that.
All right, so Animal Crossing, 4 players, very multiplayer. Follow me, I'm the leader right here. It actually doesn't matter because wherever I go, you will follow. If I decide to go over here, you'll automatically pop up and come over here. We have different tools. If you press the Y button.
I love the Isabels where they're dusting. There's actually dust coming up. It's pretty cool. Alright, so there's Kicks outside.
That's how I feel right now. Actually, pretty accurate. I did not see.
Digging this up right here.
I doubt any of us did. Just actually.
So up to 4 players, you have up to 8 players in one tab, but you can only play up to 4 people on one console. But if everybody has an individual console, you can play together.
Okay, so there's something interesting she said. So, I know the guy in the background is such a jackweed. So here's something interesting she said. She said that for one console, you can only play 4 players at a time. So if you had 8 people with 8 consoles, you could all show up in town together. And it's safe to assume, I guess, if you had 2 consoles, you could have 8 people join up as well. Because you would have 4 on one console and 4 on the other console. But 4 people could play at one time, one particular time. So that's pretty interesting.
Can you have a cat in this game?
All right, so anything in Animal Crossing.
So nobody press anything. I'm going to have you press A. So now you're over here. And if you want to press X, you can open up your inventory. And then if you want to swap through your different tools, and then A is use your tool and Y is pick up items.
Maybe you can capture a villager and make it your pet.
It's like a Mickey and Pluto situation.
So now,
she's kind of like dictating where they go and what they do, which is nah, you know, whatever. Okay, so we can get the vaulting stick pretty quick. 5 soft wood, that's not bad at all. But you got to get an axe, right? You figure. So this is going to be interesting. All right, so he has an axe.
I guess we can always cut down more.
How can you not chop wood? Okay, so I was curious about this. So as you notice, this guy with the blonde hair, he was chopping that one tree to the right, and he only got 3 pieces of wood off of it. Now, like, what I'm curious is how do you chop the trees down? Like, if that makes any sense. Like, he hit it 3 times, and it gives him 3 pieces of wood that he can use to craft. But it never puts dents into it to take the tree out. So I'm curious, how do you take a tree out? Like, if you wanted to chop a tree down, how does that happen? Because it seems like it's just as easy as in the past where you just chop the tree down and go.
So what we're looking for is softwood. I think it was 5. Let's see if we can pick up 5 softwood.
In the past games, you use your axe and it takes forever. I just like axe away. I want to do it like way too fast. Thank God. I know you don't get a single rat's ass. Single rat's ass. There's no rat's ass.
And if you press the right stick, I think a little meter can do it. You should be able to put your camera down.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
I'm wondering how they're playing, too. I'm wondering if they're just using Pro Controllers or Joy-Cons.
Do they run out for the day? Like, do you only get a certain amount of resources from each tree?
Bro,
You know, that's a good question.
do we have a bunch of amateurs playing this thing? Like, go, man. Go get your stuff. What do you do? Go get the wood.
I don't know.
It seems like it's running out.
Maybe there's a cooldown.
That's just,
Yeah, but as far as how the resources regenerate, I don't know.
I can't imagine it's per day. That,
Okay, so what they just said to her was, how long does it take for the resources to regenerate? Meaning, if you go around, right, you chop down, you hit the trees, right? What's up, Cliff? How you doing? When you hit the trees and then the resources fall out of the tree, how long before they regenerate? And she's saying right now she don't know. Now, let's add a little context. Whenever you go to these events, the people that are working there, they work for Nintendo, but they're not like actually for Nintendo. They are reps that are brought in to run these systems and they're taught, they're trained what to do. They're given what information Nintendo wants to give at the time. They don't give them a boatload of information.
Their Alash is now following.
Okay. The realest DJ. Thank you. Or the real Ash DJ. Thank you. So essentially that's what happens when you do this is so they're asking her how long does it take to regenerate. She don't know because that's something that Nintendo didn't give her the information for probably, or she just didn't ask, or nobody's asked her that yet. So odds are, if enough people ask her that question, she might later on in the day go ask somebody from Nintendo. And whether they give her that answer or not, I don't know. It's an interesting question though, because it does make me wonder. Because here's the thing: if you don't get, like, if it doesn't regenerate like every hour or every 2-3 hours, then we run into this situation of, could the crafting limit you for what you're doing? Like, let's say you get all the resources from all the trees, right? And then you're like, hey, I want to go build this, and you don't have enough soft wood. You got to wait a day in order to continue your progress. So that's going to be very curious to me now to see how this goes moving forward.
There's probably just a cool one or something. One more.
Right there.
Okay, so this is the other thing too that I'm really liking a lot. So he's basically picking up multiple oranges, multiple wood, and it's just stacking. I wish they would show us how many it stacks to. I want to believe it's 99, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. So that's kind of interesting there.
That's still the sport. Oh, okay. We have a chopped and berries to harvest properly. All right.
Exactly, though. It's not in nature. That's not how it works.
It's only 9 minutes.
Debatable. The other thing too that if you notice, is as they're playing, right? The leader is the one that's commanding and controlling in and out of the rooms. You notice she couldn't leave. So that's kind of, again, that's interesting. That's interesting to see that, like, that's the way it is. So that way nobody can just be like, nah, I don't want to play right now. I'm going to leave this room and troll you. It can't happen.
Especially because you can just put your stuff in it. You don't have to carry that.
Let's go find the river.
I wish I was kidding.
Right, so I want you to look at the wallet. And I want you to press A.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, that's
So once
amazing.
you log off the screen, you'll spawn next to you.
That's awesome.
Oh, I just recently popped it open.
So again, we know this basically moving forward, and we know this for a while. The minute the leader gets out of screen, it doesn't let the people stay behind too long. It'll pop them and pull them forward to wherever the leader is. So that's good too. So this way, if you're playing with kids and you're worried about them like doing things they're not supposed to do, you can kind of keep it moving and keep them away from the things you don't want them to do. It's almost like they're kind of controlling where you go and not letting you get too far. Oh my god, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. Pick that stuff up, man.
Yep, you can use it.
Oh, we got a fossil. A couple fossils.
So when you're not the leader, anything that you pick up is going to end up in the recycle bin in the residence center, which where Tom Nook and Isabel were, there's a recycling box there. That's where you can collect all the items that the non-leader person.
Oh, so they can't steal your stuff.
All right, so I'm not sure if anybody heard what she just said. So basically, the leader picks up whatever they want. Anybody else that picks up stuff that's not the leader, that stuff ends up back at the residence center in the recycling area. So this way, nobody takes anything home with them. Everything's there, and then this person, the leader, can go back later and pick up the stuff. It's pretty cool.
You can still give player items.
I mean, you've been to E3, Cliff. It's basically just like E3.
As far as like the bidding aspect, I don't think you can do that in this demo, but in the final, I don't
Okay, so this is interesting. This is very interesting to me. So if you noticed when they were playing, this guy here, who's the leader now, he picked up a fossil. But he doesn't have a fossil in his inventory. So it's almost like the minute you pick something up, it gets sent back to the recycling bin. That's pretty interesting right there.
And then you can cycle through your tools with.
I still use the other way, or like if I just press X, it opens on that.
Yeah, you just, so now that you're the leader, that'll open your.
It's kind of easier the other way. Can we look at the map or no? Yeah, I don't think we can. Pause is the plus
So
button.
press CL.
Oh no.
All right, I just want to see. Okay, so we got the DIY recipes. We have. Doesn't look like there's anything new in there, right? You got the leader badge, you got the rescue service, you got the map, you got the design and the editing, you got the critter encyclopedia. Okay. Okay. So, Bill is in this town. I love Bill. So, they're playing in Bellevue. That's the name of the town. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It seems like 8 letters is the letters that it's going to basically let you maximum amount of letters to name your town. That's what I'm seeing so far. The couple times that I've seen different names, it seems like it's about 8 letters. This demo is pretty far along too, in my opinion, because the demo is also, it's showing you all the residents in town, and then it's also, it's got the Able Sisters there, it's got the museum there, it's got Nook's Cranny, it's got the resident center, and it's got the airport, all showing there, all active, all there. So that's pretty, it's pretty healthy. And if you notice, Nintendo has kept everything kind of tight. It doesn't look like they're going to allow people to get to the upper areas at all, because everything is within that center water area. They don't really have a whole lot off, and she's kind of containing them and not letting them run wild in the when they vaulted over. So it's pretty interesting. Nintendo Land was in the direct. Okay, so probably 10. 10 would probably be.
And all the different tables and
There you go. Wow. We gotta go all the way around.
yeah, so
I don't have the
I might be able to put mine on the ground so you can pick it up if you want. I don't know about you or not, but
I'm
not the leader.
right now.
Right, okay.
You can pass the leader.
How do I pass it?
So if you shake your, I'll take it.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
Okay. So if you want to go back to river and we can walk across.
That way.
Oh, wow, wait, okay. So, the bear, I've never seen this before either. Like, I've seen, well, that's not true. They do come towards you when they want your attention. But the crazy thing is this bear just started chasing them and was calling that guy's name. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, here we go. Come on. Go.
You see, like, the thing is further down here.
I just uploaded it.
We're going to the museum.
Upgrade it, or is this
Here we go.
That I don't know for this.
This one
This
is
is how it looks in the demo.
Okay. All right, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so wow, this confuses me a little bit. Okay, so we see the fish on the right. We see the butterflies on the left. I'm assuming straight ahead is the fossils. But the upstairs, what I originally thought when I did videos before, I thought the upstairs actually had something upstairs, but there's nothing. There's nothing there. So it makes me wonder, could this be, could the roost go in there? Could that be where they give us 4 new rooms again? And could it be Celeste comes back with the astrology stuff, which Celeste is Blather's brother. This is pretty
Demo, how it's gonna look throughout the game. I don't have that yet. Oh, you have.
Alright, so go to the butterfly side, or the bugs.
I didn't hear this one.
I know, right?
I never ever liked it.
Yeah.
Ever.
This is what we saw in the trailer, all this stuff.
There are
I like this. Like, all right, so this is the one thing I want to say. The way that I'm viewing this so far, this is very, hey, here's Animal Crossing. You know what I mean? Like this demo they're showing you. This is like, this is typical Animal Crossing, where you go to the museum, you have the Able sisters. Like they set this up like, okay, here you go. It's almost like they're trying to avoid showing you all the additional stuff, how you get to the certain points. Because I think we're pretty bland and wide open when we start this game, because there's nothing here. This stuff that they're showing right now, this isn't in the game. So,
Why is there sculpture?
I know. That's exactly, yeah, that looks really similar to that. Creepy.
It looks like the ones from Zelda 2.
Oh, I can see that, yeah.
Maybe that's a reference. They put an ocarina in the game, so. What is this? This is fossils? Or more bugs?
that's pretty cool.
Oh, they
Ant
never
farm,
had this in any of the other games.
a laboratory.
Oh, the bugs that have the little ones. Wow, this is pretty good.
There's an ant farm.
Do you like the museum?
I like this. This is
Okay,
cool. This room.
This is upside down.
Yes. This is a required. Yeah.
I still don't ever want them landing on me. I'll
Yeah,
look at
I-
them from a little far away,
They're
but
fine in the game, though.
yeah, I don't want one landing on me ever.
This guy's just like, I'm running. I'm just going where I want to go. You're not going to stop me, lady. She's telling to go to the fish
Very
area.
obvious flag.
Totally. And this is so different than... This is so cool. This is pretty amazing. Like, this is so much stuff that you would never have imagined a museum to look like. Like, it feels like a real museum. Oh, cow.
Told you.
This is so
Oh. Oh my God, it's huge.
The museum is massive.
Oh, that's so cute.
Like, this is multiple rooms where we didn't get this
Wow,
before.
this part.
This is nuts.
Big here? Oh, there's a shark there.
Well, I'll get into some stuff in a minute. I'm waiting to see the full thing before I speak.
So this is all your practice are. You ever just want to refer to. So right now this is what these refer to what the resources required. So it's got very like you need a little direction on what you kind of want to do. Again, you can have whatever you want. You can just kind of live life like it's on. These are kind of like not achievements,
Like
trophies,
goals,
but
right?
yeah. So if you kind of click through, so click on one. Basically, yeah, like you just kind of
All right, let's see this. Rough hewn. Island development, Nook's Island goal. We need a lot of materials to make it make that happen. So we're giving away Nook Miles based on how much wood you've chopped from trees. So they're basically paying you Nook Miles in order to do these accomplishments. So this is going to be basically what you're doing right out the gates. You know what I mean? I know it goes, Steven.
These are kind of like daily objectives, like daily quests.
It'll give you incentive to play every day.
Yep. And then you'll get every day.
So this is showing you too, like these are what you can get like on your daily tasks. So if you water 8 flowers, you'll get 100 miles times 5. Like these are bonuses, I guess. And then bells, I don't know what that is. I guess if you get bells, you get whatever. You get 200. You get looks like if you sell seashells. Okay, so if you sell seashells, you get 200. Trees, I guess if you shake trees, and if you collect wood. So they got the 150 Nook Miles off of that.
We've got those modifiers you have here above.
Oh, so okay, so when it's blue, you can claim it. And it also looks like the other thing too is, well, the Nook Miles will do this, Woody Cat. The Nook Miles they'll pay you Nook Miles, and then you can do them to pay off your because you got to pay for your trip. You have to pay for your trip out to the island. So that's the first step. Then it unlocks a bunch of different things you could buy, like OS, like operating stuff, like basically how your pockets look. You can do different things. You can change it up. You can buy gear. You can do all these different things with it. So we'll see.
Wikipedia. That's so cute. Yeah, there's obviously a list of
If you want to pass me lead
She's like, come on, people. We're going to show you where you're going.
Yeah, but we didn't start playing at 9 exactly.
Just forcing him to leave.
Sucks you can't get direct capture. So that sucks you can't get direct capture.
We're gonna have this to get direct capture. This is just to get it up as soon as possible.
What do you use?
I'm just gonna use the YouTube app.
And of course, we've also got the Mabel systems here too. Tailoring, and you can change your clothing, accessories, things like that.
What are you using to get footage? What are you using to get footage?
I just have to bring it with my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit of stuff in the cabinets. Different flowers.
This is get the footage up. I don't do that appointment.
I'm gonna get footage of.
So if you look to the left, right in front of where them two are standing, it seems like there's like a little bit of a doorway. I believe that that's going to open up and expand, or it's going to become something in the future, because I'm sure Nook's Cranny is going to stay to what it is for the time being. But I think as they expand, these rooms will start to open up a little bit and do stuff. Because if you remember in the original games, like Nook's Cranny was really beat up and banged up. This looks pretty polished for Nook's Cranny. So I'm wondering exactly what they're going to do with all this as it moves forward. But I think at some point Leaf might end up winding up with these people.
Does have an appointment for Battle for Bikini Bottom?
Oh, I have that on Saturday.
But I brought one of Hotbox PC free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
I've got a lot more recipes that I've kind of picked up along the way.
No different than any other captain card.
Furniture, a little decoration.
I used to have the Rocket, but it only goes up to 1080p30. And then Hotbox just put out one that's 1080-60 with 4K faster recently. So.
What? The boxes that are laying around the ground, I wonder if that was put out there? Like, is that decoration, or is that going to be something in the future? Like, are they building stuff, or is somebody moving stuff there? That's different. It's weird, a little bit.
Straight onto an SD.
That's so nice. Oh God, I don't know that.
I can't stand using a PC to record stuff. I'm like,
What you got?
With the able systems.
She's going to talk to us for a few minutes, but if you've ever played an Animal Crossing game before, she's pretty familiar with how the able systems work.
Yes, you do. As you can see, it is completely empty. Except for our clownfishes over here, which you have to catch.
The museum has me confused. Because here's the thing. So, there's some glaring omissions, right? Like, you don't have an upstairs, which makes you think that that's going to expand at some point. Like, that's definitely going to expand at some point. Then, the other problem is there's no paintings. So does that mean Red doesn't come to town? Like, is Red out of this game? This is throwing me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this really is throwing me off a little bit. I'm confused. I really am. I'm really confused. The museum was cool. I like the museum. And I will say this, because people were asking me to go to PAX this year, and I didn't go because I had work and stuff, and I decided to take my time and use it on a vacation during Animal Crossing. I'm glad I didn't, because I'll be honest with you, I would not be happy playing Animal Crossing in this setting. This is not enjoyable in my eyes. I don't know. I think that if you play Animal Crossing in a demo, you want to actually play, not have someone kind of... Now, I'm just referring to the game explain footage. I haven't watched other footage, but what I'm saying is in this footage, she's kind of dictating where they're going, what they're doing, how they can get there. She literally takes control at the end, and she's just going in. She's showing them Nook's Cranny. She's showing them Able Sisters. It's like, this is cool, thanks, but man, let me play a little bit. And it's like she was trying to contain them the whole time and keep them in an area where she didn't want them to go to other areas, and that would drive me bonkers. Because, like, if I'm playing a demo, man, let me play the demo. I don't know that I would have liked playing this demo, to be honest with you. I don't know if I would like playing any demo like this, to be honest with you. Because I would want to play and experience the game a little bit and get out there and do stuff. Like, I wouldn't want the person that's talking to me about the demo controlling the tempo and the flow and where we're going and what we're doing. So, yeah, I don't know that type of multiplayer is going to be fun for me. Like, I don't think that I will ever play that way. Now, don't get me wrong. I will bring people to my town, and I will play that way. But, man, it's going to be interesting. Slimer Snarf is saying that maybe the paintings go upstairs and that the specific demo is blocked off because they don't want to show it. I mean, that's very possible. This is a demo, you know, like, I know from the past, like, if you looked at the Breath of the Wild demo during E3 a few years ago, like, they just showed us the Great Plateau. They didn't really get into a lot of detail. They didn't get off the Great Plateau. They kept it all tight and such. They didn't want to expand too far. Makes total sense. You know what I mean? Like, it makes absolute sense of why they did what they did. So, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting to see where things are going and what they're doing with it all. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? We're going to wrap up now. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button down below. Share with all your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Follow me Instagram, Twitter, @Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.